There's this clip that's been going around on Twitter X that I have not been able to avoid, and it has Xbox and PlayStation fans absolutely in a frenzy. It's YouTuber BeatEmUps talking about how Nintendo Switch 2 actually has a lot of games, and I actually agree with him on this. I don't know too much about him or his podcast or whatever, but I saw this clip. I can't avoid it. It's literally everywhere. People are quoting him, just complaining nonstop. I'm like, whoa, boy. And so I checked out the clip, and you know what? I want to talk about it. So let's go. Let's do this together. Let's get the headphones out. Let's check this clip out, and we'll talk about it.
Look at PlayStation. Look at Xbox, for Christ's sake. There's nothing. Nothing for Xbox at all.
And that's what's got Xbox people just in a frenzy right there. Nothing for Xbox. No Xbox games. We'll talk about that in a second. I kind of agree with him, but let's watch the whole clip first, and then we'll talk about it.
PlayStation's doing nothing. They release one game every quarter.
Yeah. Okay, one game every quarter. I honestly thought it was one game per year, maybe 2 games. One per quarter is honestly more than I thought that was coming out from PlayStation. I'll be completely honest. I've been mostly gaming on PS5 this generation.
And we have like 5 games coming from Nintendo themselves before the end of the year. Then Zelda and Pokemon and Tamagotchi Life and everything coming at the start of next year. There's so
one game per month
much.
with Nintendo.
And it's like, yes, we all want F-Zero. We all want Star Fox. We all want Animal Crossing. Give it a...
I talked about that in one of my more recent videos with like Nintendo fans. Like there's Nintendo fans and then there's Smash Brothers Zelda fans. And just like so many people claim to be a Nintendo fan because they have so many IP that there's probably something you like no matter what kind of game you are. And if they don't release your game that you want, the Direct was a failure. It was awful. Nintendo's terrible. But like there's so many games. Like there's gamers that are fans of games. And then there's, I don't know, some of the Nintendo fans can be a little... I don't know. They're not actually Nintendo fans. They're Smash Bros. Fans. You know what I mean?
The rest. Nintendo, they just launched this console 3 months ago, and they've already given us a brand new Mario Kart, a brand new Donkey Kong, and almost every single main IP they have has a game that's almost ready to come out, other than a couple. They should.
And see, he talks about the 3 months right there. The Switch 2's been out for 3 months. And then you go in the comments here, this is the correct take. That's what I say. Follow me on Twitter, you guys. The link will be down below, or search me up. But yeah, look at this guy who's like fighting back. He's like, the Switch 2 has a lot of games. He's dropping the PS5 in comparison. Like, look at this. He's referencing 2020 games. They're fighting back on a console with a console that's been out for 5 years against the Switch 2 that's been out for 3 months. And let's not forget the eShop. So let's just keep going. Let's finish this up.
Showed Fire Emblem today, a brand new Fire Emblem.
People like Fire Emblem. I'm not the biggest Fire Emblem fan. I might give this one a chance.
Like, oh well, I didn't get a new Chibi Robo game. These things will happen. Animal Crossing will happen.
No duh.
I don't know if F-Zero will happen because I don't know if Nintendo cares.
I think it might in 8
years of this console.
I think F-Zero could happen.
Take it slow. Life is precious.
People don't know how to do that anymore because look at how streaming is. You get an entire show dumped on you in a day.
I know.
You don't have to wait for anything anymore. Think about how you feel when you order something.
And dude, this is why there was no chance there was going to be a 3D Mario or like an Ocarina of Time remake in 2025 because they already had a full slate, at least one game per month. I think in November, there's 2 games, the Zelda Hyrule Warriors and Kirby Air Riders, 2 games that month. They're not going to slot in Mario. If they release Mario and 3D Ocarina of Time right now, we got 8 years. I mean, they're right. We're going to be then saying then there's really going to be no games later on in the generation. Like the pacing with Nintendo right now is top tier in my opinion.
Amazon, it says it's going to come 2 days from now. You go, ugh. We've been conditioned to get everything now.
I'm guilty of that too, to be honest. But yeah, just like, yeah, so this guy, look, 2020, okay, the system launched in 2020, so that is 4 games. They're listing right here, Spider-Man Remastered, as an example of PS5 games. This is equivalent to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom right here. I don't need the headphones anymore. Demon Souls, there's a remake right there. So again, that's, if you're going to include these 2, then you can't clap back at the Switch 2 upgrades of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. 2021 has 4 games, so that 1 per quarter. I think he's actually right about that. 2022 remake, cross-gen, NBL, the show, or MLB The Show. That one's just actually just like a third party game at this point. It's on all platforms. Remake, multi-platform, requires a $550 peripheral that they no longer support. 2023, yep, 3 games, 2023. And one of them requiring a $550 peripheral. Imagine Nintendo did that, how greedy they would be. But that's what I'm saying, you guys. So Xbox. So Xbox has no games, and people are really clapping back on that part. And I just tend to agree, kind of. I see in the references, wait, let's go back, because I remember there was down here in the comments, another one here, right here. So this guy's like, oh, he's not beating the Nintendo fanboy allegations. Example here, Call of Duty Black Ops 7's coming out in November, Xbox. Okay. Just imagine for a second if somehow, in some reality, Nintendo bought Activision and bought Call of Duty, and Call of Duty was on just all the platforms. Who's going to be calling Call of Duty a Nintendo game? Absolutely nobody. Even if it was politically correct that it was a Nintendo game, that Nintendo bought Activision, that they're getting the money from it, nobody would do it. You cannot gaslight me that Call of Duty is an Xbox game. They own it. Same with Tony Hawk, but you can't gaslight me that Tony Hawk is an Xbox game. And that's how I feel about a lot of it. And like, so when I think of Xbox games, I do think of Halo, Gears of War, Forza Horizon, and Fable. And Gears of War, there's not even a physical copy on Xbox. It's only on PlayStation, physically. And that's where I bought it, on PlayStation. I have no faith that Xbox is going to have a disc drive in their next console. When I think, when Xbox acquired all these studios, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of first-party Xbox games. Call of Duty is going to be first-party Xbox. But part of me thinks that they can only do that. They can only gaslight me that it's an Xbox game if they're going to do this via buying up studios instead of creating their own studios. I feel like that would only work if they made them exclusive to Xbox, because then it's an Xbox game. If Nintendo bought Call of Duty and released Call of Duty only on Switch 2, then Call of Duty would be a Nintendo game. Not because Nintendo created the game. They bought the studio that made the game, but you can only play it on Nintendo, therefore it is a Nintendo game. Gears of War Reloaded, I feel like, is a third party, is a multi-platform game. Something like Indiana Jones, I think, had a chance of being, this could be an Xbox game, but it was only on Xbox for 6 months, and then it came out on PlayStation. So really, it just it'll always go down as like a multi-platform game. And Gears of War Reloaded, the closest thing to an Xbox game in recent memory, like truly an Xbox game, is a multi-platform game. And so, I don't know, that just kind of does make you feel like Xbox doesn't have games. Xbox and Microsoft Studios has games. They've been making games, but there's no identity, and I don't need an Xbox to play those games. Like, yeah, they're gaslighting us with their Xbox games, and like these console warriors are using that as ammo, as this is an Xbox game. That PlayStation console warriors they're comparing PS5 to Switch 2 and all the games on PS5 5 years into that console, comparing against Switch 2, which has had 3 months. Like, yeah, there hasn't been many games on Switch 2 because Nintendo for years has been releasing one first-party game a month, not one per quarter like listed here in this guy's clapback. No, one per month. Maybe it's not always your game. There's only one Super Smash Bros. Per generation, one Mario Kart per generation. But then they do the remasters and remakes, which is a play out of Sony. There's plenty of remasters and remakes. We got Last of Us 1. I'm so surprised they didn't list here Last of Us Complete, but there's Last of Us 2 remastered, Spider-Man 1 remastered, Uncharted remasters, Demon Souls remake. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to do that here on your clapback, you have to take that into consideration with Nintendo. Then you just basically have to count Mario Galaxy 1+2, it's the same thing. And, again, Nintendo's doing the cross-generational period too. They're releasing on Switch 1 and there's a Switch 2 upgrade. There's tons to play on all these systems because of the eShop, the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Store. I don't even think there was an exclusive game when Xbox Series X launched. I don't think there was a single exclusive game. Like, at least PlayStation 5 had Miles Morales and Demon Souls and Astro's Playroom. I don't think Xbox had a single thing. They're just like, yeah, you can play old games like on the shop and get performance benefits out of it. More games are coming soon. But the Switch, 3 months in, they've still been releasing their one game a month. And, then you also have the Switch 2 upgrades. Some of them got physical releases. And, Switch 2, I think, is in a great position. And with there's some games that are 60 hours long right now. There, even if your only platform was Switch 2 and you didn't play PlayStation or Xbox or PC as well, there's something you can find. There's 8 years of eShop games on there. There's no way you played all of them. If you actually finish games, you don't have to 100% them. If you just finish games, there's something to find on there. And I don't know. I see what he's saying. It's a bit of an exaggeration that Xbox has no games. Yeah, Doom Dark Ages is an Xbox game. But is it? It's historically a third-party game. Tony Hawk, historically a third-party game. You can gaslight people. I'm pretty sure the only people that are getting gaslit are these console warrior peoples, especially Team Xbox, because that's all they got to cling on to. I like Xbox. I would have been all for that. It seems like a smart decision if they made it, first party, exclusive to Xbox, a reason to buy the Xbox. They want that return of value quick. They didn't want to wait 10 to 20 years to get that return of investment. And the rise of development costs, that's a rise of costs that nobody asked for, these giant bloated open world AAA games that don't even work day one. Look at Borderlands 4, it's a broken mess. And just descope it. Just descope it. Get us more smaller games quicker. Descope, give us just good quality games. I don't know. Yeah, Nintendo games are definitely way less scoped, I feel like, than especially the PlayStation games. Xbox, yeah, there's Microsoft Studio games, but nothing's exclusive to Xbox. So is it really an Xbox game? I don't know. You can't gaslight me. Gears of War Reloaded is a PS5 game to me. Gears of War has been my main Xbox franchise. I love that franchise. It's why I loved Xbox 360. It's why I bought an Xbox One. It's why I bought a Series X. But Gears of War Reloaded is a PS5 game to me. Because that's what I bought it on. Because it's a multi-platform game. And, PlayStation does have more games than Xbox that are exclusive to PlayStation. No doubt about that. But there's tons on Switch too. We're 3 months into it. Everyone is anti-digital because of eShops closing down, and I guess the Nintendo fanboys, they're used to the Wii shop closing down, the DS, the 3DS shop closing down, the Wii U shop closing down. But Nintendo is behind those times. The eShop is on point with the Xbox store and the PlayStation store, how they're the Xbox One and that carried over the Series X, PS4 carried over the PS5. We're in that generation with Nintendo. So if the Switch 2 is going to last 8 to 10 years, there's 8 years of eShop games already that are going to be with us for the next 8 to 10 years. Tons to play right now. So yeah, YouTubers, they have to do what they need to do for to get that money, to get those clicks. I'm not a YouTuber, so I can do what I want. I saw this clip going around and just so much people just hating on it, and I'm not blindly defending the guy. I don't know him that much or too many of his videos or whatever, or how much I agree and disagree with his standpoints. But I couldn't avoid this clip. I saw it. I'm like, what are you people talking about? Maybe saying Xbox having no games is exaggerated, especially if you take it literal and really want to make that comparison with Xbox Game Studios. But at the end of the day, what is an Xbox game? It really doesn't feel like that there's anything on Xbox that I can't play anywhere else. And even if you count that in, Nintendo's releasing at least one first-party game a month. They've been for years. Their cadence is incredible. Completely being the competition. Not every game is a 60-hour open world game. That's not what's coming out once a month. But there is one first-party game coming out per month. Mix it in with the big third-party support. That has been happening in the Switch generation, but it's been amplified in the Switch 2 generations. Tons to play, tons more to play. Let me know what you think in the comments if you agree. Follow me on Twitter. We're going to be doing some more giveaways this coming up holiday season, so make sure to be there for that. I talk more daily there. Like and subscribe. if you're new here or if you're a recurring casual viewer who has not done so yet. I really appreciate it. The channel's growing. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.